Okay, guys, we have one more video to learn about our Haggadah. I put this page at the end of the Haggadah, and the reason is this is not for the Seder night. This is actually for the second night of Pesach, which is the night of the second Seder. We begin a mitzvah called sefirat haomer, counting of the omer. What exactly is sefirat haomer? Well, on the second night of Pesach, we start counting sefirat haomer. Many people say the sefirat haomer after the Seder. Some people say it in Shul after Ma'ariv, that's Arvit. Okay? And actually, the proper way to do it is to say it in Shul after Ma'ariv, after Arvit. But if some people did not go to Shul, they could say it by the Seder so they don't forget. Now, what exactly are we counting? Well, we're counting the days from when Pesach starts. So after the first day of Pesach, okay, we count the days following the first day. So the second day for between Pesach and the holiday of Shavuot when we got the Torah. And our rabbis tell us that the Jewish people, when they left Mitzrayim, Moshe Rabbeinu told them that in 49 days you're going to get a precious gift from Hashem. You're going to get the Torah at a mountain called Har Sinai. And the Jews were counting. Every day they were so excited. Day 1, day 2, day 3, until they got to day 49. And then on the 50th day, the 50th morning, Hashem gave them the Torah. Okay, so we do that today. We count all the days between Pesach and Shavuot, and it's actually a mitzvah. We make a bracha. You're going to see on the next page. We have a special bracha that we make and count the days. And when a week goes by, we count how many weeks because it's seven. It's 7 weeks. Okay, so it's almost 2 months. 8 weeks would be 2 months. It's a week less than 2 months. And why is it called Omer? Well, that has to do with something special that happened in the Bet HaMikdash. We all know that we get our bread from a plant called the wheat plant. The wheat plant, tall golden plant, tall golden plants. That inside those plants, there's actually little seeds, and that we crush them out and we grind them into flour. There's another plant called the barley plant. The barley plant, okay, has also seeds in it, and that we also grind into flour. Barley could be eaten by people, but the Gemara mentions that it was mainly used for animals. And there's a special, and barley and wheat ripen at different times. The barley plant just is first ready at the beginning of Pesach, and to say thank you to Hashem that Hashem gave us food. Once again, a new year, because it's the harvest season, the time that wheat is now ready in the field to be eaten. We have a special korban. We take the first barley, we take a special knife called a sickle, and we cut it down. We cut down that barley, chop, and we take that barley and we bring it to the Bet HaMikdash, and it was prepared in a very special way. It was roasted and brought as a gift to Hashem to say thank you, Hashem, for giving us new barley plants and very soon wheat plants for us to make bread out of for people and for animals, and so we can be fed. And it's actually forbidden. You are not allowed, just like you're not allowed to eat without a bracha, you are not allowed to eat any flour that came from wheat or barley without first bringing this special korban to say thank you to Hashem for the new crop, the new batch of food that grows in the land of Israel. And so, boys and girls, that is the Omer offering. The Omer, it was an Omer of barley. They took a measurement called an Omer of barley, and they brought it as a gift to Hashem. And from that time onwards, you were allowed to eat what's called chadash, new wheat or barley, new flour that grew. Okay. By the way, if you ever see on bread Some people who are very, very careful, super careful with kosher, they have flour that's called yashan flour. Yashan means old, and it means the flour was not grown. It was not grown after Pesach, right? It was grown from last year's flour, and they don't eat chadash. They don't eat chadash grain until the omer was brought, and that's like an extra level of strictness, since we don't have a Bet HaMikdash anymore to do that. But if you ever see sometimes in Los Angeles on the pizza store or whatever, it will say yashan flour. It has to do with that mitzvah that they didn't eat until after the Pesach Omer was brought. So from the time when the Omer was brought, which is the second day of Pesach, all the way until Shavuot is 49 days. That's why we call it sefirat haomer, counting of the Omer. As soon as the first day of Pesach is over, already the next night we start counting, and in the Bet HaMikdash they brought the Omer, so that's why it's called sefirat haomer, counting of the Omer, because you counted from the Omer offering until Shavuot. And now let's check out the bracha that we make for sefirat haomer. Each night, because the Jewish day begins at night, so we count it at night. We say, Baruch atah Hashem, blessed are you Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, our God, the King of the world, Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, He made us holy with His commandments, V'tzivanu, and He commanded us, Al sefirat haomer, on counting of the Omer time, after the Omer offering until Shavuot. And then we say, Hayom, today, and then we say what day it is. So on the first day we say, Hayom, Yom Echad LaOmer. Today is one day after the counting of after the bringing of the Omer offering. And then we say a special prayer, Harachaman, may the merciful one, Hashem, who has mercy, He loves us even if we don't deserve it. Hu yachzir lanu, He should bring us back, Avodat Beit HaMikdash, the service in the holy temple. We ask Hashem to build again the Beit HaMikdash L'mkoma, to its place, right, behind the Kotel, in Yerushalayim, b'mheira v'yameinu, speedily, in our days, Amen Selah, may it be the will of Hashem. We say Amen, okay? And that is this little prayer that we say, because then we will really get to bring the Omer offering again. And some people say before any mitzvah, they say the Shem Yichud, they say, explain why they're going to do this mitzvah in order to bring awareness of Hashem into the worlds, and we ask for many different blessings to come on us. And we mentioned the pasuk in the Torah that it says, "Usfartem lachem," you should count mimacharat Shabbat, the day after the holiday of Pesach, miyom aviachem et omer hatnufa, from the day that you bring the Omer offering, Sheba Shabbatot Mimot Tiyena, 7 complete weeks. You have to count 7 times 7, 7 weeks of 7 days, which is 49 days. Okay? And then on that day, it's going to be Shavuot, and then there's other offerings on that day. So now you guys know about sefirat haomer. Try to ask a parent to help you every night to count which night it is. There's usually handy apps or handy charts, or it's in the Siddur. They'll help you count. And I'll be so proud of you if you bring me a note in school that you counted with your parent the Omer, how many days, day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, you could count in English if you want, but better yet, count in the Siddur in the Hebrew, and you get that special mitzvah, and you get to say the bracha. However, if you missed counting with a bracha one night, if you remember the next day, you can still count without a bracha. And then the next night, you could say a bracha again. But if you totally missed the whole day and you didn't even remember the next day, and now it's the next night, so let's say you counted the first night, but the whole second night and day you forgot, and now it's the third day already, now you can no longer say a bracha, because the Torah says it should be timimot, complete weeks. So if you missed a day, it's not complete weeks. So you could count the day, but without saying a bracha. So it's really a big mitzvah to try to remember each night to count with a bracha, and you get to say a bracha on counting every single night. Very special. Okay, guys, we have learned all about Pesach and sefirat haomer, and we are ready. Hope you guys are ready for your Seder. Decorate your Haggadah, make it beautiful, color it, and keep it away from Chametz. And that when the night of your Seder, you can pull it out and explain all the wonderful things that we learned to your family. And it should be for a blessing and good health. Everybody should be healthy and happy. We should see each other very soon back in school, and we should see the coming of Mashiach very soon.